Alright, y'all, so we got Team 1 SANITYS key here. Jacob here did an excellent job of making the background image, if you'd care to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much like a midnight sky with birds and a moon. We did like the basic stuff with the lights, shadows, and highlights and everything. So yeah.
Yep, then we got our help scene.
I also did the help scene. Added some blood in there with the graveyard and with the trees and everything. So I like how that came out.
And then each tombstone allows you to see a different facet of the help screen, such as objective. This gives you some lore if you would care to pause and look through it. We have controls, very basic rundown. Then we have survival, which gives you some tips and it tells you more or less what to do with the different items that you find and which pickups there are. So without further ado, it does take a second to load. So we start off in this dim, dark basement, and the first thing that we want to do is turn our flashlight on. We have some little buddies. Can't stare at them too long, but
I set up an animation on them in Unity too as well, to make them kind of look back and forth. Also in this room, I set up I modeled and textured the barrels and the crates, and I also made the flashlight that the player is currently using.
And I also made the spiky floorboards, which hurt you.
And I also made that key that Christy had picked up. It was quick though, but I did make that key. I made two keys actually, one for the mansion and then one for like an reward key at the end for the player.
Yeah, we got these canteens right here that we need to grab. So now that we grabbed a canteen, we can go into the bathroom. And if you go up to the fireplace, it does give you like some hints such as, oh, this fire shouldn't be here, it's abandoned. So that tells you, hey, maybe let's douse it. So we can do that in that disgusting tub.
I also modeled the walls in this room, the door frame, the doors themselves. I also did some editing to the flashlight itself using a cookie mask to make it look more like a flashlight and not just a splodge of color projecting. I also set up some post-processing as well for added effect.
And I modeled and textured the
and the fireplace.
the chairs in front of the fireplace. And I modeled and textured the sofa over there too. Yes.
And I also did the bookcases as well. I modeled those.
I did that first aid kit, I did those matches, I did that parchment that gives you the clue, and I did that light bulb. Just another look around at what everyone did. Oh, and you can kind of see the door there too. That gives you a hint of, hey, put out the fire. So, we go through there. And then I did this sconce puzzle. Oh, and side note, I did all of the level design for everything. Oh, and I did the lighting on this. So, it is a puzzle, as I said, and the parchment tells you which order, 1, 4, and 3. So, we do, with our matches, by hidden 6, 1, 4, just to show what it's like when it's wrong, it tells you to go look for the clue. So we got 1, 4, and 3. And that opens the rock door. So I did the setup for this, of course, as the level designer. And so yeah, all of these gravestones are actually interactable. Some of it is just flavor text, and other parts are actually like important to the lore outside of just being interested. But considering how much I put into world building, it really was little details like this. Like, see, this is the father's tombstone. He died after his family did implied suicide. She died of grief. If you cake those roses, you are called out because wow, rude. So then we have, excuse me, candles. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You don't have to turn off your flashlight, but it does look cool and it's wise to save your battery. So then, without further ado, we can interact with that who is Briar, the 12-year-old daughter. So she appears and she's asking for something that she lost. This will be fixed between now and Tuesday, but her dialogue is supposed to give you some just creepy, like cryptic hints. So go over to the mom's grave, pick the rose, show it to her. She is overjoyed. She'll help you find the way out. She lets you keep the roses even. So we climb this ladder. And it's slippery, so if it doesn't work the first time, you have to keep trying. And because it's slippery, it falls, so you can't get back down. So, more spikies. Another light bulb. I made that little cat toy. And then we go into here. And this is supposed to be the daughter's bedroom. So there is a little spectral cat with an emission. And if you use the cat toy on him, he goes over to the mirror where Rosalind actually pops up. And she senses that you have something of hers. Oh, side note, you can pet the cat. It restores your sanity too. You can just sit there and pet the cat. So yeah, she senses you have the rose, so you show it to her because, you know, the whole mom-daughter thing is roses, Rosalind, and Briar Rose.
So I also made those paintings on the wall too. On that wall, like with there's like three different materials. I think it was like wood and gold and green, I believe.
And I modeled the bed in the room too. I have to troubleshoot the textures, but yeah.
Yeah,
I
pick up
also modeled
Jacob's
the
key.
windows. I forgot to mention that earlier as well.
Oh yeah, the windows. Pick up Jacob's key and we pick up the pendant. I made the pendant that has the raven on it. We can go into the bathroom and avoid the spikies, which I did not do. Then we can grab some more pickups. Let's just hop ourselves off. Do not stare into the mirror because that is an entity. You know, some of us know what it's like to look at the demon in the mirror. Just look away. We have some little creepy dudes poking out too.
Also made the laudanum bottle.
Yeah. So we go into the study and there's another little fella. It's just a little guy. And we have our safe puzzle.
And I made the office desk in this room too.
Yeah, then I did all of the safe puzzle, all of the assets. Of course, the program. And ooh, flashlight low. Yeah, that was close. So we have the birth certificate there. As you can see, her birthday is December 25th, 1884. I totally didn't give her my birthday. But yeah, so the two hints nearby are her birth certificate and the key to my heart is the key to my riches. So I do 1225. And that opens it. Oh, I forgot to demonstrate it, but if you get it wrong, you hear a shriek and you lose some sanity. So we grab the key, then we grab his watch. Then we can finally enter the master bedroom, which has the final puzzle on it. And yeah, just to show off some of the decor. Jacob did those paintings. Oh, well, I did that one actually. Reminds me of something my parents would have up. We have this book, and it tells you more or less what to do. Reunite the forlorn spirits of home. All 4 members left you a gift. Return the gifts. And then dim your artificial light, and instead of curse in the darkness, light a candle instead. The ritual would then be ready to be initiated. Turn on all of the candles, like before, and then all we have to do is interact with each item. Get some flavor text from each one. The rose, the cat toy, the pendant, the watch, and that reveals the final key.
I also made that key with the missive on it, and I made the open book too with the blood handprint.
Yeah, they turned out really good. So we open that and then do the final interact. Oh no, your sanity's dropping. Brings you to the end. I opted to go with a narrative end. I did all of the Raiden for this, and I also did all of the art either by making my own silhouettes or using those that I found online and editing them, and then, of course, arranging them all together and having it all happen sequentially. Programming for this was actually a bit more challenging than I expected it to be, but I was really glad that it was able to come through so well. And this gives you like a lot of the background that, or not background, but this gives you a lot of the afterwards that you wouldn't otherwise get, where you wake up in the yard. Again, I highly implore you to go back and pause and read through all of these. I really went all out with my creative writing on this. And then this shows really the darker side of things, of being misunderstood, of how they're oftentimes feared for things that they can't really control or understand. And sometimes we really hold on to a lot of these delusions, even when all logic says otherwise. But this was actually intended to be quite ambiguous. Of, is this haunted? Is she psychotic? Was it the laudanum? And it was really lovely to be able to tell such a deep story with such a simple game. And it was really lovely getting to see all of the work that the four of us were able to put together, and then be able to sit there and program it and put it together and make it all work. Well, thank you very much. That concludes the SANITYS Key Tour.